Fix my mic, my bad. Hey, one, two. Hello, another week above ground. I have not said that in a long time, y'all. That used to be my intro. I gotta bring it back.
You said it last week.
No, I didn't. Another week above ground. I used to say it all the time when we started. Did. Hey. I'm your creator and your host, Rhea.
Hey, it's G Baby, the other host.
Hey, y'all, this is Darnell, the other host. Delectable D's Cheesecake.
I was waiting on you to say that. He gonna make sure he said Delectable D's Cheesecake. He gonna plug that spot, baby.
Everybody gonna buy that.
We ain't had no cheesecake in a while, D.
That's all right, I got you. I got a whole new creation coming.
But guess what?
Boy.
Welcome to
RawbutReal. Yes. Thank you for joining us, y'all. We do have a special guest today.
Yes, we do. Yes. Drum roll, please. No.
You guys will pretty much, if you watch Tubi and are up to date on some movies, you would recognize her. We have the one and only Marietta Elliott.
Yes, she is in the building.
Yes.
And if y'all don't know this face, y'all need to, because y'all know I am a movie buff.
Yes.
Love your work.
Thank you.
Met her in passing at Ty. Shout out to Ty Hopkins.
Shout out to Ty.
Yeah.
Met her at one of the parties, but G Baby be knowing everybody anyway. So it's just a small world.
It's very small.
It is.
It's okay.
Here she go.
Here's the thing. So we are related by marriage.
Yes.
This is my cousin by marriage. Her brother and my cousin are married for how many years now?
Oh,
I think it's a long time.
over 15.
Yeah.
Whoa.
We
That
were
is
in the
a long
wedding
time.
together. Yeah.
wow.
It's been a minute ago.
Yeah. And also, her brothers and her sisters went to Benedictine with me as well.
Yeah, small world.
So I knew her family before they became my family. We all went to high school together. So, long story short, we're family.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that ties into the topic of family not knowing what you do sometimes. Because I be on her about movies.
Yeah.
And we've been doing this podcast how long? 4 years, right?
Yes.
It'll be 4 years in July.
Yes.
That's
and
awesome.
she
And
like,
she just not coming on.
and I've been saying that. I was like, I can call her. I could get her. I'm gonna
Anytime.
I'm gonna reach out. My butt be so busy though. I'd be like, okay. And then she come with some guests, and I'd be like, oh, yep. Okay, well, yep.
I get it.
Yep.
We like
we've
to
had
keep
some
the
of your
stuff out.
co-hosts. your co-workers.
My co-stars, yep.
Yep.
She said co-workers.
I did say workers.
They are co-workers, co-stars, same thing, family.
Right. That's always interesting to me because I like to always ask people about the business. We're going to get into that. First we're going to do, y'all know our business with RawbutReal. We do our weekend recap.
Yes.
What did I say I did, G-Baby?
Oh, Lord.
I be forgetting.
Don't remember what she do yesterday.
I said I was going to talk about it. Remember I told y'all? So long story short, I got pulled over by the state boys, right? Leaving work. I'm just driving my normal drive, and all I see is the flashing lights, and I'm like, oh man, I'm not speeding. Like, what was I doing? So she pulls, I see the lady getting out, and I'm like, I was on the phone with my sister. I was like, sister, stay on the phone. I don't know. Just stay on the phone. I'm on here, on West Grand Boulevard. They pulled me over in the lodge. She's like, I pulled you over because your tabs are expired. And I was like, no, they not. I said, my birthday's in October. She was like, yeah. I said, October is coming up. She said, no. So we both started laughing. And I said, no, seriously. I said, can I get my registration? She's like, yes, I'm looking. I was like, I don't have my registration. It's like, bless her heart. She gave me a warning. Bless whoever that woman was. She gave me a warning. But I got home. Now, what's funny about it is the day before, G-Baby came and was like, Rhea, your tabs is expired. And I was like, no, they not.
No, they not. They not expired. I was like,
I was like, no. And I even told the officer, I said, the thing is orange. I know the color for 2025 is orange.
It was clearly green. That's why I knew.
Yeah.
So, shout out to the state boys for looking out sometimes. I appreciate it. But I am no longer riding dirty. I went to Kroger, to that kiosk. Shout out to Kroger. We got to do some affiliation soon because I'm going to quit shouting people out and we ain't getting paid. Hello to people coming in. I'm letting people, hey, Rachel. She said Ravens. What's Ravens? Rachel, what you talking about, girl? What's up, Calvin? What's the deal? So we're giving y'all some time to come in. And that was pretty much my weekend. I don't do anything but work and come here. I just left work and came right here. So
Yeah. Now you want to go next?
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, did we switch? Because you used to go before me, but
Hey,
you know,
sometimes I have a lot to say.
she do, and that's why she want to go last because she probably did something.
You know what? It's not. Go ahead. Go ahead.
We got to.
Okay. My weekend was kind of dope. Yesterday, my daughter got reinstated back in church yesterday.
Oh,
That was cool.
congratulations!
I felt emotional. I was doing push-ups in my head. I was like, I ain't gonna.
In your head.
In my head, yeah. You know. And
Yeah.
then we went to my grandmother's grave. Yesterday was marked 5 years for her being gone.
Oh, okay.
My daughter wanted to go check that out. We went and did that. Went to eat. Kicked it, and that was about it.
Oh, and she rededicated her life on that day. On that day, see, that's
on that
special.
day, yeah, I was
Full
like,
circle.
Very nice.
I was like, that's what's up.
Full circle. I love it.
All right, G, it's on you.
Yes.
Oh, it's my turn, huh?
Oh Lord, I'm scared. I never know because you baby always is doing a lot. So
Actually, I went to work Friday. Cirilla.
She there till 10.
okay.
It was 12 Friday,
Oh, 12.
Yeah.
Okay. Correction.
and it's quite interesting. I'm not gonna share these stories. It was a
We'll
lot.
say those. We have a whole topic on.
Yeah,
your
that's
work.
a whole nother day. But Saturday I worked all day. I did hair from 9 a.m. to 9:45 p.m. And then Sunday I went to Dice's 50 Kings mentoring. I took my son and my two little cousins, and it was a mentoring program for young men. And they shared their stories of, you know, what they've been through and how they can help the youth and all of that. It was very Dice. Shout out to you and your whole crew that you had.
Yes, Laura,
It
Vic.
was very impactful. The boys definitely connected with some people. The men gave them phone numbers, and there was other people there to give them information about what they can do, and you know, just be there to help them along the way.
I miss
Very,
it.
very good. He's gonna do another one.
Yeah.
And I think he was talking about trying to do it for the young ladies too, eventually too. So
Okay.
I think that's good.
I caught some of it on live, so
Yeah.
it was dope. Would you like to share our special guest, Miss Marietta?
Yeah.
How was what you been up to?
Weekend was pretty low key. My twins play tennis, so they had practice.
Nice.
How old?
So my twins are 10, but I have 4 daughters. Yeah, 19, 15, and my twins are 10. So
Yeah.
they kind of dictated my weekend this time around.
As they do.
As they do, but it's fine.
And they look like.
As they do.
Well, you got 4, so that's quad. And that what's the 5th would be? Cause y'all all look alike.
Don't put that over here.
No, like y'all as a unit, y'all.
As a unit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Y'all
4
look good.
girls?
4 girls.
Bless your heart and all your parts, cause hunty, I got I'm have guardianship of my cousins' twin daughters. They're 2, so I'm gonna need some
Pointer.
pointers. Right now we going through the temper tantrums.
Okay.
Yeah, them terrible tools.
Fun.
Oh,
It's terrible. Everything.
About to be 3 in October, so I'm like, you waited too late to be doing these tantrums, cause I don't do it. I said, get your butt up. It worked, you baby.
I told you.
It worked.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is put a little authority in there. Make a little face.
Yeah.
Make you look like you crazy, and they looking at you like you crazy because you gonna be crazy if you keep playing.
And I'll mimic her. I'll do what I'll be like, she fall too. She's like, wait a minute, it's supposed to be about me. I'm like,
Did you enjoy the twins, or like how hard was that for you?
So they had eczema really, really badly.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't sleep like the first 5 years. And then I breastfed on top of
5
that.
years.
Did you?
2 years. And then
Both?
Yeah. And so they had, yes. Adventure.
Baby.
That's a topic within itself.
It is. And so they weren't on the same feeding schedule. I know people say, put them on the same schedule. I don't dictate that. They do.
Exactly.
And they weren't. So, you know, but they had eczema. So the first 5 years, they didn't really sleep. But once we got past that phase, then
It was
now
smooth
it's
sailing.
now it's they're real mild mannered and chill. Yeah.
Wow.
They're really sweet girls.
2 years is a good time. I could, girl. I would.
2 years, 5
3
years
months.
of not sleeping, like that's a lot.
It is a lot.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of good products for eczema though. now. Back then, maybe not.
It depends. A lot of it is from what you eat. It comes from the gut.
Yeah.
So,
That is true.
you know.
And then trying to figure that part out too. But by you
Exactly.
breastfeeding, you were trying to
And I
eliminate
believe
that.
vaccinations too puts it into hyperdrive. So once we got past that vaccination phase, then that's when it subsided.
Okay.
Yeah. So all y'all moms out there that's dealing with that, sometimes the vaccinations once you get past that phase,
Ooh, that's
it
a
calms
scary
down.
thing. Because you just never, that's a whole time. To vaccinate? Not vaccinate. It's a hot topic.
Yeah.
It's a hot topic.
It's a hot topic. I don't know, especially with COVID. Ooh, the man-made disease. We all know.
You gotta pray on it.
You got to pray on that.
That was-
Everything. One thing COVID did was make me closer to God. I will say that.
Absolutely.
I definitely, my faith increased.
And a lot of people
tremendously.
closer in relationships, they shouldn't have stayed in. Jesus Lord.
We know and the COVID babies was made. These COVID kids is different.
That's probably
real different.
They're very different. But all right, guys, I know you're wondering what is the topic for today. Woohoo! Why do we crave validation from social media?
now, that's good.
Or do we? You know, I always got to do a caveat. Or do we crave it?
That is a interesting.
Is it?
topic.
Well, a lot of people feel like if it didn't, they don't see it, it doesn't happen. So that's why I was thinking about it, like, okay, so much stuff goes on in the world, but if you don't see it on social media, of course, I'm talking about the Marvin Sapp issue as well. And I'm a church baby. So a
Okay.
lot of people that don't go to church, maybe they have a different outlook than I did. I mean, I'm back and forth in this group. Some days it's just going crazy on me because I was like, that's not uncommon. First off, stop looking at clickbait and listen to the actual sermon and what he said. He never said lock the doors. That's just a lie. It never came out of his mouth.
He said
close the doors. He said close the doors. I should close the doors. Close the doors. Anybody knows anything about church, offering time, and for safety reasons, you do not walk during offering because there are crazy people in the world they know you got money in the building. That's the perfect time to do something. So it is, you're not supposed to be moving. You go based where the ushers are sending you to the pulpit, to the offering. That's it. It got blown all out of proportion, in my opinion. What's your thoughts on that? Because if it was never on social media, we've never. This been going on in churches for years.
And he's done that. I mean, you got churches who do offering more than 2 times. You know what I mean? So the amount I feel like he was just stating, like, if he got this many people online and then this people in person, and everybody was to give up $20, that's what it would be.
$40,000.
But he wasn't like, you have to pay this or this is what I require. Or
I try it on Facebook quite often. I don't get it.
baby.
I be all my Facebook friends. See, there you go. Cash App right there. RawbutReal. Send $1. Everybody watching, send $1.
If y'all don't, she gonna lock the doors.
Right.
And we can't leave. Okay?
Can't go nowhere.
Pay for our freedom.
But I think that goes too far. What do y'all?
What do you think?
You know, I grew up in the church as well.
Yes, she has.
And so I would say sometimes when pastors are operating in the spirit, you know, sometimes they lock into this place. And I just felt like maybe he was locked in at that moment. I don't want to judge what he was doing, you know, because I don't know. I wasn't there and I wasn't there seeing how the spirit was moving. So I don't want to jump to conclusions about it.
That's a very good point, too.
So, I mean, to me, he appeared to be locked in. And, you know, my mom is a pastor, and I know sometimes she locks in, and I tease her, and I call her a praise bully, because I'm like, Mom.
I watch your mom quite often, yeah.
But
tell them what she does, her 5-minute.
5-minute praise break.
Baby.
So she started that a little bit before the pandemic, and she does it every single night.
Yes.
And it's supposed to be a 5-minute praise break.
Baby,
but
it ain't.
when I say she locks in, it could be an hour. It's how the spirit moved that day.
It's how the spirit moves.
She says it's kingdom time, so hey.
I'm for it.
Yeah.
She on social media.
Yeah.
Shout out to Pastor Darlene Bell. Look her up. She would love to.
I'm about to tag her. No.
Baby, when I tell you she be
know.
on it, okay? I'm like, oh, girl.
I'm for that.
All she need is one person on there.
Yeah, and she go.
Well, 2 or 3 together.
Absolutely.
In his name.
In his name, yeah.
Hey, that's what we got to start doing more of, but that's a whole nother topic.
So, Darnell, you are definitely into the church deacon. You tell us what happens at your church home.
I mean, we take up 1 tithe and offering, and I don't even think we do the building fund. honestly.
The building fund. You for real? You Baptist?
Yeah, I mean, like, I ain't heard that in years.
Just give us your money. We'll figure out what we're gonna do with it.
We're gonna put it where it need to go. So it's just I mean, and I didn't see the whole thing of the Marvin Sapp thing, so I want to see it for myself and listen to it.
Yes,
because like you said, that's what they played. The lock the doors. And as soon as he said it, I thought.
And he never said that. This is what I'm saying. Everybody keeps saying lock the. He never said lock the doors.
He didn't.
Yeah. And
I listened to the whole. He said close the doors. He said usher close the doors.
I think
he was more
the way
frustrated with the ushers because people were still moving. So when the spirit is moving and you see that movement, it throws off.
He said, "I said close the door." That's what they took. He was aggressive, but he meant what he was saying. Close.
I don't think he was aggressive. I don't know.
It was quite aggressive.
His tone was like,
he wasn't like Joe Clark. Close the
no, and see, that's what I thought about when I heard it.
He was. Where was you watching?
Rewind. Back the truck up. Why do y'all let me do this every show?
What you do?
What you do?
Shanny. Shout out to Shanny, our award-winning engineer. Every show they let me go past
We
Shanny.
Stop letting her blame us.
It is y'all fault. Y'all know
She don't want to blame her brain.
She don't want to take accountability.
We got comments coming in, y'all. I'm going to read June's. The Marvin Sapp situation happens at most churches. I'm Kojic. Shout out to Kojic. No walking and lock the doors. The offering is sacred and for safety purposes. All pastors ask for a particular amount of money. It's always the people who raise the most hell say the most. I agree.
Them be the ones who ain't got it.
It's just if you don't understand it, just like when people are speaking in tongues, are catching the Holy Ghost, or they don't understand it, they mock it. If you don't understand it, it's okay to ask questions. Like I told people, I said, don't be mad at me because I got a comment on it and I don't agree with your comment. I said, we can agree to disagree. It's healthy dialogue. They like, you stupid, you a cult, that's a cult. Like, all of that is unnecessary.
Right.
Yeah. It's just childish. I call them little thumb thugs. They thumb thugs on that phone.
At some point in life, and like you said, if it wasn't online, we would have known. We wouldn't have known. But churches do that. They ask for you to.
And that's why it used to be you couldn't even record in church.
Yeah.
And now you got people, the videos with people,
the Bible on
showing
the phone,
them catching
all that.
Now I don't.
But also, people need to be aware that everything is recorded now. So just be aware.
Yeah.
How do y'all feel about that? Like going out to places like concerts when they say they don't want you recording. But they tell you beforehand. So, but somebody always records.
They're gonna find a way to do it.
People still gonna do it regardless. So
oh no, I'll be that usher. I'm like, put your phone down. I'm rude.
She's so aggressive.
Because they said
she
not
that
to.
one walk around.
I told you, baby, the other day we leaving out of starters. Out the side door, it said exit only or entrance. I said, why you going out that door?
I said, because my truck right here.
I said, you just gotta break the rules. What's wrong with you?
Who gonna come get me?
Who raised you?
My mother.
That's what I told you.
Rhea gonna grow to be old and she gonna walk around with a ruler just popping people on their hands.
Oh, we got us a call. All right, caller, welcome to RawbutReal. Tell us how you feel.
You already know. I'm over Marvin Sapp and his chubby butt.
Carmen, ain't it?
Well, hello, Carmen.
Hi, RawbutReal. How y'all doing?
We good. We feel like we ain't heard from you in ages.
Carmen, I'm sorry. I meant to tell Rhea that we met yesterday in person finally.
I know.
Oh, that was your first time meeting Carmen?
In person, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Well, say hello. Do you say hello to our lovely guest, Marietta?
I knew it. Nobody knew she wasn't when she walked in the door. Hello, Jess. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
Okay, so let me say this. First of all, Marvin Sapp has been around for decades.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
So, for centuries.
Not
as you get older, you get wiser.
Right.
Now, I grew up in ministry. Sometimes I want to say, unfortunately, I'm in ministry, depending on the day. But I think that because of his level of his level as far as gospel music, as a pastor, as someone who's very influential in that arena, he should have been wiser. There is no way that you should have been taping that part of the service. So at what point after the pastor preached do the message not fade out? And you end the message?
Well, I mean, I get what you're saying, but
Well,
it
no,
still
it's
occurs. That's tied into the topic. It's validation. Like it still happened. So if it wasn't recorded, would people still be up in arms about it, or were people there willingly in the spirit to give?
No, but see, what I'm saying is we have to be wiser what we put out there.
What's being put, yeah.
When somebody's in your church and they're taping it, then it's nothing that you can do. But don't let it be your footage. You know, that's one thing. The second thing, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. You know, and I've been in church where they don't just shut the doors, they lock the doors.
Well,
you know,
what church is this? Carmen, what church is that?
Up under Bishop Wayne T. Jackson. They locked the door.
Oh, yeah. I didn't go to that church, but I have heard of that church.
When that first happened, I was like, what the heck is going on? I was like, let me up out of here. Oh, there's no movement.
You could not leave.
So listen, there was no way you were leaving, period. I don't care if you said you had to potty. So I get it.
Yeah,
so
no, you don't know.
I grew up in church. But a lot of people don't grow up in church. And some people, whether you say lock the door or close the door, you still was prohibited from moving. So it still has the same undertone.
You prohibited from moving when you in court. So why in church we got to be so...
The doors are not locked in court. So that's
you can be locked
in court, you go to jail.
You can be locked
You really going to be stuck.
So I'll be locked up in the Holy Ghost Spirit.
That's totally different.
That's if you're in prison, a prisoner. But what I'm trying to say is this. We have to be wise. And people have the right to get up and move as freely as they would like. Now, if you feel like your ministry is being attacked or anything like that, hire more security. Hire more security. If you can't prohibit people from moving out of a sanctuary because you call... Now, this is something that I'm really big on. Stop having these stupid conferences that you said God said to have, but you can't pay for it.
Oh.
And then you tax the people, you know, to pay for it. That's not right.
That's what people... I ain't being funny, but people do that here. Like just regular... That's just the way of the world. I think it's shunned because it's church. And people... And I think that people think church just automatically got money.
So let me ask you a question.
Y'all know events cost money. You do events all the time, right, Carmen?
I was just about to say, you had an event. You had an event. I had a masquerade ball last year. Everybody had to be paid before the actual day. So my thing is, if you're calling a church conference, when I had my singles conference, I paid every speaker before they got there. The musicians was paid. You know, the praise leader was paid. The musicians were paid. That way, when we got in there, we can concentrate on God. We don't have to pump pride or manipulate the people to give.
See, and I don't want to get too far into this, Carmen. I love your call, but it's 2 minutes. So I'm like at the church funeral. Love you, but keep watching. Keep watching. You ain't a problem. You know, I always know how we agree to disagree. Me and Carmen go at it all the time.
Love you, Carmen.
But we gonna keep talking about it. Keep watching. Share.
So I wanted to ask Marietta too, with that being said, you grew up in the church, your family is definitely still in the church. I know your background and all of that stuff. With your roles and your acting and all of that stuff, do you feel some people may judge you in your church, or
they may, but my relationship is with God and not them.
Correct.
So
thank you.
I really don't care.
Right.
I take roles that I feel okay in my spirit about, right. And whatever people think, that's what they think.
Right. And then two, do you also feel like with social media, that platform is necessary for you to have people view you, and you know what I'm saying?
It is, and I am mindful of the type of parts that I take, because like I said, I have 4 daughters.
Right. And
I'm also a teacher.
Okay.
So, my students are quick to say, I saw you
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, did you? Sure it was me. But yeah, so I'm always mindful of that.
What you
anyway.
do. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
We have a clip. And for those that may not be familiar, I mean, I know I am familiar with her work. I don't know if I have the clip. No, I like Wish List. I love Wish List. That was an excellent movie.
Thank you.
And I think this is from Street Legal. Mm-hmm. And don't tell me they not have.
You know them by heart.
I do know them by heart. I like to know things,
Amazing.
but I know them before the guests come. I just like to brush up on it. Mm-hmm. So Street Legal. What's the one? Shani. Dang it! Don't tell me. Because you know,
ask and then
I ask and then don't tell. That's just what women do. This is my prerogative.
Yeah. All right, Bobbiana.
It's okay.
No, with Stone Jungle. I know with Brian. Dang it. Okay, go ahead. Untamed. Because that was fire. That was just
yourself. Stop thinking about your family and think about yourself for once. Lamont is going to rot in prison, and I refuse to let the same for you.
Stop it. I give you the deal of a lifetime. You slap me in the face with it.
I ain't even put my hands on you. Stop being so fucking dramatic. Myra, I know you're doing your job, but I'm never telling on anyone.
Oh, really? Why don't you take a look at these? And I want you to listen to me when I tell you this. I don't have time to see whether or not you want to take this deal. I could care less. But either you take the deal, or I'm going to take your whole family down.
Just because Justin had dinner with him doesn't mean he killed him. So now you want me to turn on my whole family out of fear that I go to jail? Well, I already been here for years, and I do many more before I talk to you or anybody else about my damn family.
I know Justin killed Bernard. And I also know he had something to do with the death of your daughter's husband. And I promise I will do everything in my power to lock your son up if you don't give me Lamont.
I need a moment with my lawyer.
Sure.
I'm so sorry for what I did to you. You didn't deserve that. And baby, I miss you so much.
Sorry. Really? That's what you got? Straight played me. That was so embarrassing. After everything we've been through, I was nothing but good to you. I mean, no warning signs or nothing.
Link, let me explain.
Ain't nothing to explain. You didn't then, so why now? Everything I've been through in my past, I would have never thought you would do something like that to me. I've been through so many disappointments and regrets with relationships, and I thought you showed me so much more than I could have ever imagined. Then you just snatched it all away.
I'm sorry. I felt like I was missing something. Even after you being so good to me. Look, I have no complaints about what we had. Baby, you were the best thing that ever happened to me.
Best thing? I can't believe you just said that to me.
You have
to... Man.
Hey.
Y'all gotta watch that, because Untamed, her character was not, she wasn't my favorite person. Played him like
were
that.
You a little upset?
A little bit. Look at you all right now, red carpeting dick. What was that for the premiere for?
So that was The Dark Side of Beautiful that just premiered last weekend. Giovanna Pozine wrote that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's
I can't wait for you guys to see that.
And that's called what again?
The Dark Side of Beautiful.
The Dark Side of Beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Okay, wish list. That's my one right there.
Mm-hmm.
That was good. Yeah. You did excellent. Oh,
thank you.
You're doing
very,
it.
Very
now,
good.
Did you always act? Was it always a bug like you just wanted to do, or?
I think it was always kind of in the back of my mind. And like I said, growing up a PK, they would throw you in anything. They don't care if you're good at it or not.
I was in a lot of church plays.
You know, you're in skits, plays, whatever. But I did a play in 2019. Shout out to LaTondra DeGraffin Reed Smith. It was her play, and that just gave me the acting bug. Like I just got bit at that moment. But what I realized is, with teaching, you bring things to life in the classroom all the time, so it's a transferable skill.
Oh, that's think about it like that.
Well, I'm honored that you're here. I give people their flowers while they can smell them. You're a very talented, beautiful mother, actor, teacher. Like, for real?
Yeah.
Who knew? This is why we do these things to platform people.
So with the acting, does any of your daughters think they want to do acting?
So my oldest, she acts. My twins, actually all of them have acted in some capacity. There's a movie that's coming out soon that stars my daughter, so that's coming out hopefully this year. But yeah, they all are kind of, into my oldest more so than anyone, but she's also musically inclined, so that's her true passion.
Yeah. Nice. Very good.
Now, for the fellas that's watching, I gotta ask for the fellas.
And for Miles.
Contract healer. Like right when I'm asking this question, y'all see the gun. Now, before I ask the question, that was perfect timing there. Are you single?
I'm not married.
You're not married. Good answer. Good answer.
Very good answer.
Miles, come shoot your shot again.
If y'all see somebody hopping in the door.
Yeah.
That we had a topic. We had a show about that, about being single and attached or unattached.
Wow.
What is the definition?
Okay.
And I got in trouble when I was in a relationship because I was like, I'm single till I'm married. He was like, are you? I was like,
really?
yeah.
And we go together? So I guess we just going someplace.
We just doing things, I guess.
So needless to say, he's an ex now.
Yeah.
So she really single now.
She really single.
Right.
Y'all call in and shoot y'all shot.
But he never craved validation on social media. I never had to post in that relationship. But when you are in a relationship, it is that pressure.
I used to feel like that.
Pressure.
That's what we're asking.
Did you ever feel like that?
I mean, I was married for a very long time, so I don't think I had the pressure to post because it's just,
it was just a given.
It was a given. But now, I don't think I would.
Yeah.
I just don't think it's anybody's business what I'm doing.
Because people get to trolling and
especially
but
then
me,
you
I know too many people
where you be like, oh, I don't care, I want the world to know. I'm so happy. I don't want to do it.
Not me.
I think
do you? I'm interested to see how the married man in the building feels.
If you post, you happy, that's all well and good. But if you just like people who look for validation, if that's your way of getting validation, then you're just an idiot.
Just to put it mildly,
plain and simple.
You're stupid.
That's like people who go out in the world and be like you can know you look good, but you need somebody else to be like, oh,
somebody else to tell you.
Yeah, like for what?
Well,
it's a difference between a compliment and needing it. Like I get what you're saying. I don't seek it, but yes, you should care about your appearance when you go out. That's why I hate bonnets and pajama pants. I talk about it all the time.
That drives me crazy.
But this is the generation we live in where it's just, I don't care what nobody thinks, but you should at some point.
Now, sometimes when I run to the dollar store or Walmart, I don't have time to think. Like if I'm
she said I don't have time to think
about what I'm about to throw on real quick. I'm gonna say that because sometimes, like if I'm catering or something and I just need something real quick, I'm not about to get dressed.
And that's even more reason because you are a walking billboard.
That's when people catch you slipping.
No,
they do.
Moment you're like, dang.
I know, but that's why I just go in the hood. Y'all seen me before like that. So, when I pop out, I'm cute. Y'all know, but you know.
Wait a minute, June. I'm about to call you out on this comment. Okay, she said, I love you, Rhea, but I dislike when people say that. Say what, June?
What?
You know we on a delay, so I said a lot of stuff in the last 3 minutes.
Yeah, we
so
don't
call
know.
me in if you can, June. 810-560-0658.
Yeah, let's talk about what Rhea
what
said.
I do.
Let's get her.
We want to know.
They always want to get me.
Does the amount of likes matter for you guys? Like, would you guys keep a picture up if you didn't get the likes that you were anticipating?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
No.
What?
I don't care.
I have taken a post down because of my feed. I like to have more stuff, recent stuff. So I'll go through my feed and clean out my feed that way. I do that. But I check now because I'm on professional mode. I check on what's actually sending me money. Which post I'm getting paid off of.
That makes sense.
So I'll keep that one up.
I mean, because I feel like if I posted it, then I liked it.
I liked it.
If you don't like it, so what? So,
and a lot of people.
I know somebody that like it.
I know somebody is watching, but if that's the case, we all seek a little validation. Was why else would you post anything?
Yeah,
that's just reality.
You post because you grown and you able to do it.
But you talking to yourself or you talking to other people?
No, I'm.
You post. That's right. Write yourself a letter.
Oh Lord.
So I'm saying social media is a setup for a purpose. People don't act like you want nobody to see stuff.
I mean, just like with what I post, it's my business. Like,
you want them to see it and you want to participate in your business, right?
I want the money. That ain't the rest of it. Like hell.
But that's still a part of seeking something out of it. It's a business.
It's monetary.
So with that,
she's talking about the single until I get married. It has ruined a lot of relationships with quality. Mm-hmm. You working? Oh, you working? Okay, June. But thank you for clearing it up. Yeah, I know. It ruined mine.
The question is, does she care?
She right? Did you see it, man?
But that's the relationship I didn't post though. We ain't friends. We are friends, but not for real. Not like we was.
Oh my Lord.
You friends with him? He not friends with you.
No.
Anytime you got to think about it, like
because we don't talk like we used to. This was my throwback from way back. Like we was.
How many times?
Friends.
Hold on. How many times did you spin the block?
Only once. We always try to embellish my story. I can tell my own story.
I know you were married, so not speaking on that part. But let's say, because would you spin a block? Because we had that topic before too. Spinning the block, I'm gonna be more specific with it. Like, you dated somebody.
It's a difference spinning and parking.
Yeah.
I would say the potential for it would kind of make sense because I was married for so long. So spinning the block, it would be somebody from 20-something years ago. So maybe.
Just to see.
Maybe.
You feel like
people
possibly
grow up. People mature.
People change. But
that's
maybe.
Pretty.
I mean,
that's
things possible.
Nice.
It's so pretty.
That's so
nice.
That's
because you don't be liking your ex.
I don't.
And guess what? Because that's my friend. His wife is my friend.
See, that's the part I don't understand. I can't stand when people bash the person. Like, different circumstances, I get it. Mm-hmm. But I can't hate somebody that I was with. I can't.
You don't necessarily have to hate them.
I don't have to hate you unless we talking about some dramatic stuff. Things can happen in life. I don't. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about just, okay, it didn't work out. You might not have been the person for me, but you could be good for somebody else. Now, I ain't gonna hook you up with my friend or nothing. Yeah. But
you just weren't right for me.
You just weren't right for me. I wish you well and okay. Like, no hard feelings. But you get people, like, I hate when my friends be like, yeah, I didn't like him for you. Why did you? What if I would have stayed with him?
They still didn't like him.
They still didn't like him.
No, I ain't
gonna lie. I'll tell you. I don't like it.
Just say you better get him back.
I don't like it.
This ex is, no.
She's not spinning the block.
I'm not spinning the block.
And that be the thing with me. I don't hate nobody. I just don't care enough.
I mean, and then too, you're in a good space. You're in a marriage, and you happy with your wife too.
Even before her, like
it was just like no,
didn't care. Like,
you just so nonchalant. You don't care about nothing, Mr. Deacon.
I really don't.
You're going to have to take up an offering for him.
And people be like, I can't stand you. I'm like, oh.
It just rolls right off you, huh?
He not locking no doors. You can get out.
You can go ahead and go.
But I think, that the validation is a real thing. And I think people don't acknowledge it, or they try to act like I said, part of social media is being social. So I don't like when people, if you on social media and you have no posts, you just there to look at stuff.
That's lurking.
That's lurking.
I don't get that.
Yeah.
Be social. Interact.
Stalkerish.
Mm-hmm. It's okay to give compliments. Yeah. It's okay. Like we normalize hatred and dysfunction on social media. Mm-hmm. And that's the whole purpose of podcast, to just spread light on positivity. Yes, we can have disagreements, but healthy dialogue.
Yeah.
It's okay to have healthy dialogue. Not like I say, these little thumb thugs.
And I'll say this,
I don't get it.
With social media too, validation or however you may want to put it, a lot of people do it for business.
They do.
So sometimes they do it and just be like, okay, let me see how this will sell, or if I can get this off, or maybe I could just be here to see what I can do or see what other people are doing. Because a lot of people don't even watch the news no more. Social media has taken over so much.
And I have to, you know how much stuff I have to fact check? Bless my sister.
I know.
I'd be like, that's a fake story.
Yeah.
That is not real news.
You can get the weather on your phone.
Yeah, exactly.
You can get the news, the explosion. Did y'all get that alert at 6 a.m.?
Yeah. I did not, because I cut that feature off on my phone.
I did not know
you can cut that off. Just like I got Amber Alerts either.
That's not my alarm. Okay. What is happening here?
Wasn't me. Didn't get it.
The hell?
I saw it on the news because I cut on the TV when I'm getting ready for work.
Yeah. You're one of
because
few.
I'm 48. I'm
you
kind
still
of
like,
grown over here.
Carmen on Channel 7.
Carmen has not been on. Oh my Lord.
She been gone.
Are you talking about Carmen Evans?
She retired.
But I know the whole name.
Carmen Evans.
Whatever.
Well, Josh. I know you, Josh.
Yeah.
You're still on. You got a job. Josh still has a job.
Fox 2. Shout out to Fox 2.
Hey,
We'll
Josh.
get Joshua one day.
I can't even call him.
See what I'm saying?
Josh Landon.
See what I'm saying?
You know I got him to go up to
yeah, Josh is a supporter. He's supported grown man focus. He got a hag. He rocks out. He's cool people.
Yeah, we can get Josh then.
All right, Calvin, let's see. We got comments coming in. I'm trying. I was gonna have Shandy going through them because today's okay. Calvin said self-sabotage happens to a lot of relationships also, especially now due to social media and the overabundance of manufactured attention. That's deep, Calvin. You're so
Some
eloquent.
people need that attention, and that's what they feed off of, unfortunately.
Attention-seeking behavior.
That's what they want is attention.
Yeah.
And that's why you post, you're like, oh. And sadly, those are the ones that go viral.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We've been doing this almost 4 years in July. And we dang near beg people to subscribe and do all these things. But
that's when you gotta be patient, though.
But she got chased by a bird.
I got a bird flew into my... Look, that ex. Shout out to the ex. I was talking about that was his house. But a bird got in, and it was caught on video, and that went viral.
I'm not surprised.
It was the funniest thing.
I said, all this talking that we be doing, and I said, that's what it took to go viral. For people to say, yeah,
you gotta either be naked, crazy, fight. Yeah.
Yeah.
You just have to. It's something that people are just drawn to. And
yeah,
you can't be normal.
But we're those people. We watch it too.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it.
Now, one thing I don't watch, I can be honest, I don't watch the fights. Like, and I shared a video on my page, and it was an Uber or Lyft driver or something, where these guys got in the car. It was 8 of them.
Oh, yeah.
And he was like, "No, I can't take 8 of y'all." He's like, "It's 2 more than the 6." Like, he was just real disrespectful, and he spit on that man.
Yeah.
And kicked him.
Now that's the most disrespectful thing in America.
Now that pissed me off.
It is.
That was so disrespectful. And I said, I immediately thought about his friends. Because ain't no way you can act like that and be around me.
Oh my God.
But it's so many people now that are not emotionally regulated, particularly after the pandemic. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Very entitled, very just... And then he said, I was going to give you $20, $30 tip. He's like, I don't want it. He's like, you driving for a living. You need it.
I know.
Just the insults and the way we treat our elders.
Entitlement. But if you were in the schools, you would be surprised. That's their mentality.
That's their mentality.
Right now.
But I think they don't... I really think they own a computer. When they talk, they don't know human interaction. Like, you do know I can react to you, and the hands can be...
What's
I can touch you.
crazy is because... Now I'm about to be a school bus driver, and they tell us that we can't touch these kids. No. Like if they get into a fight on the bus, we're not allowed to touch them, break it up or anything. And I'm like, well, if the wheels on the bus is going round and round, and they back here pound for pound, I gotta stop this bus and just stand there and be like, stop, don't do that. Let them go.
It's just not.
That's crazy.
If something happened to one of the kids to where the kids end up injured or dead, then they want to hold.
Why didn't you interfere?
Why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? Like,
it's so crazy because back in the day, it take a village to raise a child.
Yeah, but now you break up and restrain a child the wrong way.
This going down
in the land of lawsuits too.
Yeah,
so,
same thing with the elderly.
It's touchy.
That's why I couldn't be a nurse.
And that's why I couldn't do your job as a teacher because like that. Y'all remember that video where the teacher ended up grabbing my man like because you run up on me. You okay?
It does.
All the deek and the tires coming off.
What grades do you teach?
So I'm a special education teacher. So I teach K through 8, all disabilities.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So she took the safe job.
You're patient.
It's safe, but it can be dangerous.
It's a lot of children now that are not emotionally regulated, so they think they can hit you.
Yeah. Yeah.
See that look?
And they're more prone to do so.
That award-winning acting is it's good.
Yeah.
So that's a release for you. Is it not? This becoming another character is a release.
Yeah, I mean, but I love what I do, and I feel like a lot of my students, I have the honor and privilege of teaching them from sometimes 2nd grade up to 8th grade. So I'm like a mom to them.
Yes, that's a
and
long
I develop
time.
a close relationship with their parents, so I could just give them some looks. Now, does it always work? No, it's some that like to test the waters every day.
Yeah.
But I just tell them, I'm like, I don't argue with kids. I just don't do it. And so they'll try, but I'm like, that's not what I do. So.
Right.
I'm working on it.
Now, have you ever?
I'm not there yet.
Have you ever had not one of your special education children, but like just a normal kid, like just say something slick to you?
Well,
so my students are normal.
Yes.
No, I didn't mean it like that.
I know. I'm going to explain what I do though, but I'm a resource teacher. So my students are gen ed students with special education services. So I don't know if that makes a difference. But now, what was your question?
Like, because I know the school I went to, like we was giving teachers hell, like so.
I mean, yeah, some will try it,
right?
Yeah.
But I think with kids, it's a matter of respect, and they know if they genuinely care and if they can try it. But I've been teaching. This is year 25 for me.
Oh wow.
So. I mean, you know.
Can you say the school district or not?
I'm not
gonna say it. Okay, that was what somebody asked. I was like, no, we're not gonna say it.
Yeah.
Which I respect.
Yeah.
And I feel like if a lot of the old school parenting came back, these kids wouldn't
definitely.
Oh yeah.
Like,
yes.
Because honestly, I feel like it's a lot of parents that probably were, in some cases, the problematic children. So now it's like, oh, it's my turn. I'm about to come back at you.
Exactly.
So it's like, they jump to conclusions. It's like, we're on the same team. But
I'm trying to help
you're not gonna
help
my child. You're not gonna do
don't say
and see,
I'd
be that teacher. I'd be done walked up to a kid and whispered in their ear, and they'd be looking at it like yeah, he is.
I told you.
You would be fired.
They can't prove I said it. Like,
the one little boy had already. I went on the ride along, and the little boy nicely, politely. No, he ain't nice, politely. He tried to say it without me hearing. He called me a bitch, and his friend was like, "Watch your mouth." I said, don't tell him that, because I'm gonna watch his mouth for him. I said, "Watch this. Say it again." And he was like, "I didn't say." I said, "Don't you lie to me. I heard you." He was like, "Oh my God, yeah, go sit down."
Yeah, because if you don't sit down, you don't need God in a minute. Like,
I said, in the next episode of RawbutReal,
G baby is fired.
She is RawbutReal full time.
Oh my God.
They be like, "We need RawbutReal come on Monday through Friday."
Right. 6 to 8.
Lord.
You like, I'm trying to get these numbers up. Cash out.
I'm trying to tell you.
Cash
We
out.
gotta get G baby out of jail.
Right.
Y'all see the cash out.
She up in jail doing braids.
Right. But still making money.
Lord.
Put that on my books.
Right.
All jokes aside, if you all want to promote your business or have something you want to share,
yes,
this is the platform to do it. Reach out, let us know. We'll get you on. Love donations are always a plus. But it's not.
So, Marietta, do you have some up and coming stuff?
So there's a director, producer, Dita Don, producer. He has 2 films coming out, Play the Field and Mr. Tomorrow.
Okay.
So I'm waiting on those, highly anticipating those. I think they're going to be so good. And what I like about them, the characters that I played, they're something I haven't done before. So I was excited about those roles.
Yeah.
See, I be wanting to know more, but there's only so much you can say. I know it's only so much you can say.
What you doing?
But the most recent one for the carpet that you was on, we don't know when that's going to be released.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Hopefully within the next couple months. And then My Father's Blood by Joe Smith, that should be dropping.
Okay,
we had a premiere not too long ago, so hopefully that should be coming out soon.
Shout out to
really
Joe.
Good. Shout out to Joe.
He's been on the show. He was one of my Joseph Smith.
Yeah.
Because he was our minister of music at my church. See, the point is the church is full circle, people.
Yes, absolutely.
Gotta keep the church around.
That's true.
And it costs money to run churches.
Back in school, man.
Prayer back in school, I agree. But everything starts at home. Everything starts at home.
It does.
And sadly, these kids are not. They're coming from. I can't even call them broken homes.
No.
Coming from stupid homes because of the stupid parents. I'm sorry.
We can talk about, but we got to be solution based. I'm a solution based person, so it's what we can talk about it all day. But what can we do? What can we really do?
I'm gonna tell you
as the village.
And tell me if you agree. If all of y'all agree. What I've noticed now with these kids, they are seeking attention. A lot of them have parents that are into social media more so than into their kids.
They're into their kids.
You know, they're more so into just saying, all right, I fed you, you should be good. You know, there's no hugs, there's no conversations, there's no love, there's none of that given. So they go out here and they seek it from other places. And that's how they get in trouble.
Phones. Everything is on the phone.
And I was going to say, I would actually eliminate that. If I had my say in it, I wouldn't let any kids up under 13 use that stuff at all.
Yeah.
Because they're so dependent on it for everything. Now they don't want to think. They lack critical thinking skills.
Oh my.
Self-soothing, emotional regulation, all of those things. They grab a tablet for those things. And and then they're exposed to traumatic things. And your brain is still going to process the trauma.
Right.
So then we end up with, what
and I'm
we're
guilty.
seeing now.
When I say them baby.
We all are.
That baby, 2 years old.
We think it's
she
cute.
take the phone like this. Because she knows. She know how to unlock it with the face. So she be like, I said, it's not your face. It's my phone. I said, it's my phone, Bug. No, I call her Bug. I'm like, Bug, give me the phone. She say, Lucas. That's her little game. Lucas. As soon as I walk in the door, Cam. She called me Cam. Cam. Lucas. Phone. I said, how old are you? Phone.
And they get addicted.
I said, we got to stop. But it's
and you hear kids saying
we can talk about it, but we all guilty of it because it's like, okay,
easy.
I got this to do. It's easier.
It's easy.
But
I think I'm thankful because Jaden didn't get that part.
Nope.
Yeah. I even made it so he couldn't have a video game. I never bought him a system. I was like, he's not doing that. My mom.
And also when he was little, it wasn't as big as it is now.
No, it
Phones
wasn't.
weren't. Like we can go back to I know what we lived in an age where there were we had pay phones. Correct. I had to stop and get, if I wanted to call you, I had to stop at the corner. If I'm out, you page me.
Yeah.
You had to wait.
Yeah.
So nobody has patience anymore.
Had that quick access.
Yeah, that microwave mentality.
Right.
I definitely don't have no patience.
And the kids cheat, they get on these tests, and if it's not a lockdown browser, they know how to use all this Chat GPT and all this stuff. And I'm like, okay, you did well. Okay, you a 6th grader, you look like you at 10th grade.
Right.
Congratulations. Right. Now what you gonna do when you get
time for you to
How did you solve this problem on your own? Can you do it?
Yeah.
Critical thinking is so important.
Can you actually pick up a book and go find that?
Do you know what a book is?
Do they want to? No.
I still
your oldest is what, 19? So she went through COVID in high school.
She did.
And when I tell you, and Jaden was a freshman when COVID happened. That new math kicked my butt. I said, baby, you gonna fail.
She said you gonna fail.
Like, you gonna have to tell me what to do. Because I don't want to do that.
I haven't even seen it, so I couldn't tell you.
They made so many accommodations and past kids because they didn't want to, they kind of felt like it wasn't their fault.
Yeah.
But now they expect that same grace. And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
You have to learn this stuff for real.
That stuff was terrible.
Now, do you ever try to teach them
that's a good point.
Like the way, like how we learn?
Yeah, a lot of times I do default back to that because I feel like, a lot of things you connect the dots afterwards, but it's like the Common Core math kind of approaches it to me a backwards way how we did it. It goes from application back to the algorithm, and we approached it a different way. So yeah, I teach my students how we learn.
The regular way.
How we
like
learn.
2 plus 1 is 3. Because
I don't even remember how. Like that's I commend teachers because I'm like you retain stuff. Like I don't remember how I learned that. Like Lord.
Because they have
I
to.
don't
They
remember
have
that.
to learn that so they can. And then that's crazy for y'all to
I
have
mean,
to.
because it's like all this new terminology, and if you're not indoctrinated from the beginning, you can get lost.
Yeah.
You kind of have to know it.
Like me, I'm lost. I don't know. I be like, better stay at my job. But not be complaining. But
it's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot out here in this new world because everybody wants to be a social media guru. People used to want to just play sports. I want to be a football player or basketball. Now it's no, let's get a podcast.
Let's get,
and they think that people get see the cash app. We don't get paid to do this, people.
No, understand
that. We have a platform. Yes, we can get affiliates and sponsors and things like that. We sew into each other. So maybe that's another reason I can understand the Marvin Sapp situation.
Yeah.
And people say, oh, you got money or you got a gospel singer or you. That don't mean you have money.
And that kind of, I heard
that does not mean that.
I hear that too about singers and actors and actresses, and that the money comes, but it's not always top tier. And they think just because they see you on TV that you getting this amount.
And it is recognition. It is getting your name out there.
Right.
Because like we said last week, was out not what you know, but who you know.
Right.
That was a topic. And that was a hot topic. We got to circle back because that one got a lot of hits.
You got a lot of hits.
Because it's a good conversation.
And in the independent industry, it goes back to that social media piece. The more followers you have, it might, raise your stock a little bit. You get paid more.
Yeah, and and a lot of people, the vets don't like that. So that's a deeper. Yeah, we'll have to have you back. Yeah, because me and Miles, we go back and forth all day about that.
But I mean, I'm not knocking it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a job within itself to get that many followers. You have to post and do a lot of things strategically. So I'm not mad about it.
Naturally, because you pay for them. Some people pay for their followers,
but some people don't.
But some people really don't
have them authentically. And that's a job within itself to do that.
And I'm like, I just want a fraction.
Exactly.
Shandy giving us the gang signs. We are over our time, I already know, but it is an honor and a privilege.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Shandy, put the cash app back up. Y'all see the cash app?
When you get some more, let us know. We can pay you back to promote.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And any events, we'll be there. We do our best. We do have regular jobs.
But in the meantime, everyone can follow me on IG. Only
Thank you.
One Marietta. And then Marietta Elliott on Facebook.
Yeah.
Okay.
One more time.
Only one Marietta, the number 1 on IG, and then Marietta Elliott on Facebook.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Now y'all don't be blowing up her DMs.
She gonna go home like, who is this?
But if you mention you saw her on RawbutReal.
Right.
You never know.
Mention you saw on RawbutReal, we'll send you a cheesecake.
There we go.
If you see the cash app, go and send us something. We'll put some on our building fund.
There we go. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, what, Shani?
The day gotta end.
That's
right. And shout out to Frederick Lamar to my new hoodie that he gave me. Yes. This boy is comfortable. Think it can.
That's what's up. See, cross promotion all day. We're gonna go out. We gonna play we got time? Do shout out to Brittany Chanel. Check out the movie. Check out the movie Brittany Broad Day that she was in as a trailer for that. And we will see you guys next week. Follow us on all social media platforms. RawbutReal. We out.
That was quick.
I know. Went by so fast.
So I'm gonna be like Queen Latifah and these bitches set it off. I ain't risking my life for no $2,000. You got $1 million in the hood. Somebody gonna fuck around and rob that motherfucker. You see a bitch, then smack a bitch.